fuck, she scared the shit out of me. I was like, what the hell's going on?
Train the muscles, not the joints.
Truck was thirsty, you know what I'm saying? Truck was thirsty. I'm so funny. Yeah, I'm funny. Well, we get a nice beach down here. It's like Gilligan's Island. And we got the rock over there. Remember the rock over there? Right there. I'm gonna go down here. Free. The land of the free. So welcome back to Natural Glam Bodybuilding, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how to stay motivated. Now, I know there's a million videos like this made on the internet, and I've even made a few other videos and had different takes on this issue. But one thing I want to talk about today is about how there's this falsehood perpetuated in the fitness community around training, such as training always has to be exciting, you have to be motivated, you have to hit PRs all the time, there has to be this overwhelming urge to train in order for you to train. And the one thing that I noticed that I was just talking to my cameraman about it, but I was just talking to him about the fact that I'm not always motivated. That's the whole point. You see these waves right here? These waves that keep coming over and over and over and over and over and over again. You see that? How do they stay motivated? That's my question. How do they stay motivated to keep doing this? A lot of you guys who are veterans in the gym have noticed that you're not always motivated to get to the gym, but something takes you there anyway, or something makes you go through the motions anyway. And what is that? Well, as you train for a long period of time, there is a deeply ingrained habit that starts to create grooves in your body and in your behavioral pattern. So as you do this, what happens is that starts to carry you through almost like a training cruise control. You know, it starts to carry you through your training without you having to establish some sort of mental excitement around training. You start to say, hey, this is just a habit. This is what I do, whether I enjoy it or whether I don't enjoy it. This is what I'm going to be doing today. And that is one of the most underestimated aspects of motivation, especially for the beginners or people who are training at first. They're looking for that mental excitement around training, like they just hit a PR or they're getting the results that they want. But what happens when they're not getting the results that they want? I'm so jealous of the waves motivation. Die, waves, die! The only waves allowed around here are my waves. My waves. Stupid waves. Sometimes even nature has to be taught a lesson. That's the problem, right? Once they're not getting the results, then the motivation starts to peter off, and then they start quitting the gym, or they start to get more lax in all aspects of their training and health. So one thing you want to take into account is the power of habit, the power of going through the motions and being with the training, bringing your level of relationship with training to the unconditional as opposed to conditional. Because usually in the beginning, the condition is, as long as I get results, I'll keep training. As long as things are going my way, I'll keep training. Well, unconditional love will be, even if I'm not getting the results, or even if the training is not fun.
And Donovan smells like fish now.
I will still continue to show up anyway. And that, in the long run, is what will give you the greatest results and give you the greatest teachings. Because there have been a lot of clients I was training back in the day, right? I was training this one dude, and he was doing a certain diet, and I had him on more a low-fat, moderate carb diet, good glycemic index carbs, you know, more brown rice and more yams and stuff than you know, sugar or breads or any of that kind of stuff. And of course, I had him at about 1 gram per pound of body weight for protein. And he was training, and there was about 2 or 3 weeks where he was not making any results whatsoever. And he's like, man, I'm not getting any results. I said, just stick with it, just stick with it, just stick with it. And then it was almost like there was like this melting point, kind of like ice hits that certain temperature and then it starts to melt. There was this point to where body fat started to melt off of him, and he started to feel the blood flow in the muscles, and he started to make some strength endurance gains. So he started to get more pumpy and lumpy, right? And he started to lose body fat. But it was almost like there was a period of 3 weeks to a month where that wasn't happening. And even though he was sticking to all the training protocols and all the nutritional protocols, nothing was really happening, or at least that's what it seemed like, right? But at some point, all of a sudden, all systems kicked online, and then there was a drop in body fat, and there was a certain percentage of muscle that he started to put on, and he started to notice. And he started to notice that his muscles were more pumped as he's walking around, like everything started to go positively. But if he would have just listened to whether he was motivated or not, or whether he was getting results or not, you know, if that was the condition he was putting on whether he should train or not, he would have quit long before those results showed up. So what I'm saying is, you're gonna go through these deep valleys. And as you go through the valley in your training, it's important for you to stick to the habit of training itself, regardless of whether it's going well or not. And then at some point, you'll hit that threshold, that training stimulus threshold, and then wham, you'll get these results, almost like a payload, right? Where all of a sudden there's this massive payload or harvesting time of the results from the work, from meeting the adversity over and over again. So if you're looking for motivation through the mind, that's only gonna last you so long. You gonna do this all night? But if you realize the power of habit and the power of showing up consistently, and realize that even though you're not seeing results right away, that the results will come, then you'll experience a far greater level of results in the long run, because you're not just following the whims of your mind, right? Because the mind changes, you know, you change your mind all the time. You can change your mind from Monday to Tuesday, right? But if you follow habit, that doesn't change. You just continually show up no matter what. And then from there, the results will eventually follow. So yeah, you got to keep the faith a lot. There's a lot of faith and trust in the process that has to be established. That's going to be a greater motivation than just looking for mental excitement through watching some exciting YouTube video or watching your greatest hero in bodybuilding. You know, not that I would know that you know of anybody that's your hero or nothing, right?
You're a loser.
So anyway, thanks a lot for watching. If you need to get a hold of me, just go to naturalglambodybuilding.com, and thanks to the Patreon supporters, and take care for now. Mountain. I'm gonna go kill that guy.